doing what I wanna, innovate what I'm gonna. You can hate all you wanna, but you're still in your pajama. Now I ain't a prima donna, but I built what I wanna. You can say my vision's wrong, the tune of my song broke my thumb, banging to my own drum. Broke my thumb, banging to my own drum. Broke my thumb, banging to my own drum. Hootin' and clapping, boots I am a strapping, a click click clacking. Hurrah! Bootstrapping in America. Yeah, bootstrapping in America.
Thomas, we're back, my friend. Bootstrapping in America.
640 Labs. We have another innovation, Chicago Innovation Award winner, Corbett Cool.
Yes.
What a good name, man. That's
Thank
a
you.
good name.
Thank you.
Is it cool with a? Oh, it's cool with a K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes it real cool. And it's cool with a U, too. And an LL.
Got it. So talk to me for a second, because we have a little bit in common. You're building farm stuff.
Right.
I worked on a farm once.
Okay.
So you build stuff for tractors.
Yes.
I drove a tractor.
A lot in common there.
I'm feeling good out here. I think I'll take over this conversation. I don't think you're going to need to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So give us the short version. What did you guys build? Why are you a Chicago Innovation Award winner?
So we're working with farmers to help them improve their operations. So basically help them improve yield, make more money.
So this little device is what you guys have come up with.
Yes.
What do you call this?
That's the 640 drive.
640 drive, okay.
So that plugs into a tractor or a combine. You pair it up with a smartphone or with a tablet, and then we stream data from that to the cloud where we analyze it.
And beam it back or send it back to the farmer?
Yeah, then we make recommendations based upon the analysis of the data. We send those recommendations back to the farmers, and then they can do a better job of farming.
You buy this? You license this?
Like your daughter's in the barn or something like that?
Yeah.
What kind of information are you sending here?
Yeah, exactly. So first of all, we manufacture that. It's actually manufactured here in Illinois. So we designed it and manufactured that. It's using a lot of the same technology that you would find in like a Fitbit bracelet or whatever.
So it's a Fitbit for farmer toys.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So where does this connect into?
So that plugs into the CAN bus of a tractor, very similar to like an OBD2 port on a car. And the information that we capture is everything from the location, speed, fuel usage, but then also the yield of the crop, how much chemical is being applied to the field, et cetera.
Wow. So you grew up in downstate Illinois.
Correct.
So were you a farmer?
No, I was not, although a lot of my friends growing up were farmers. But my co-founder, Craig Rupp, grew up on a farm in Iowa. And about 3 years ago, he approached me and said, hey, we're technology guys. We should go and do something in agriculture. It seems like a cool market to do something in.
It does.
And that's how it all got started.
So where did you go to school?
I went to Rose-Hulman in Terre Haute, Indiana. So that's an engineering school. When I went there, it was all guys too.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's fun.
And then and so you guys sat around and you thought about, hey, what hasn't been what hasn't been built yet? What hasn't been done?
Well, some of it really just came up from the thought of smartphones and tablets are not used enough in agriculture by farmers. So is there a way that we can create more of a bond between the tractor and the farmer, using his smartphone? Can we get the smartphone to communicate with the tractor? And then really from there, the light bulb went off inside our head, and we're like, well, it's really about the data. It's not just about the relationship between the farmer and the tractor. So that
I had a relationship with a tractor once, just so you know. I learned how to drive a tractor when I was 16 years old. I was stacking hay. I was hauling stuff. I was doing all this. But I don't know if those tractors back then even could handle this thing.
Probably not. Not. But, I think people don't understand how sophisticated tractors are today.
How much is a tractor today?
You can easily spend $250,000 on it.
On a tractor?
On a tractor. A combine could be $400,000 or $500,000.
He's not talking about what you're visioning in your head, like a little red thing with 3 little wheels and 2 little small ones in the front. That's not what he's talking about.
That's what I had.
Really,
that's what tractors cost.
Correct. And I bet you don't know,
like
tractors can drive themselves as well.
Really?
So they have auto steering on them today, yes. So
really?
They are borderline autonomous today. So
Wow.
now, actually, a farmer, sits in the tractor.
Yeah, sure.
But they drive themselves, down the rows, and then they disengage.
So how
turn
many
it around.
farmers are using this thing?
We've got a couple hundred farmers on the platform
Really?
today, a couple 100,000 acres that we're collecting data off of today, and just looking to scale up from here.
How scalable is it?
We think it's very scalable because I can throw that in the mail to thousands of farmers. The platform's relatively inexpensive to run, and that hardware is, just a couple $100.
Wow. So I'm a farmer. I'm already spending. I mean, basically, my crop comes down. My livelihood comes down to a few pennies in the futures market,
right.
One way or the other.
Right.
So all this is really critical, and so how do you lose?
Yeah, I mean,
what's the downside to
even
this?
the seed companies, I would think, would want to know like the data, how much has been planted, so they could. I'm on the right spot. It's not my forte. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. So
not just the farmer, the companies themselves, the manufacturer.
Exactly. So one of the problems is a lot of the data collection today happens manually. So with a logbook and pencil and paper. So we need to automate that, right? Yeah. And we all know the more automated.
Well, if it's got the tractor running by itself, I think we should automate it a little bit more.
Exactly. So a lot of the software platforms to pull this together just don't exist in agriculture. So that's really what we're trying to solve. Pull all of these pieces together and help automate the data collection.
When I was stacking hay.
Oh God!
Okay, I'll give you a little story. When I was stacking hay in Nebraska, I couldn't breathe. It was like you could automate. All you could figure out is how many times.
Because your mom told you were big boned and you had asthma. No, I understand
you.
What
can
was going on?
Sneezes I had, but I tell you something. So I go one summer. I spend.
You were husky, big boned. You had asthma. You had a lot going against you.
So I spent this summer out in Nebraska, and I learned to drive a tractor. I had a cousin that was my age, and I learned to drive a tractor, do everything else. When I get back the next summer, I get a job just outside of New York, about 20 miles outside of New York, driving a tractor for a summer job, cutting grass, at this camp or whatever. And so this whole thing.
Camp. Country club. 20 minutes, okay? At the country club. Camp. Mm-hmm. Camp, I want a pee or something like that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, Corbett, I'm just curious, because, so how many employees do you have now?
We have 10 employees.
10 employees. So, why wouldn't, because I'm just thinking about this just off the top of my head. So 200,000, 150,000, 100,000 for a tractor, $500,000, whatever it is. These tractors are being built by these huge, the John Deeres of the world. I don't even know the Caterpillars. I'm not sure who all the tractor companies are. How have they not embedded like this type of technology into those $250,000 tractors?
They have made some attempts at embedding some of the technology, but their business model somewhat perverts the way they approach the market.
Why?
Because they want to create closed data platforms, platforms. And what we're trying to do is create more of an open platform, embrace smartphones, embrace tablets.
Yeah, you don't care. You ultimately want this to be able to plug into anywhere.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So whereas they want to kind of keep the data for themselves, make it closed, and we're trying to be as colorblind as we can. We'll work with a red tractor, a green tractor, or a purple tractor.
Does that really work in the world? Like, isn't farming like you have to use, if you have a certain farm, you have to use a certain seed. If you have a certain tractor, you can't use anybody else's tractor. It's like Tony with, like, let's say you're going to get like a.
This is called payback.
No, but if you're gonna go buy some kind of dry pasta, you don't just pick anyone. You pick the one that you like, that you've been trained to eat.
Yeah,
okay, that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. It's like in the world of farming, isn't it like very close?
You find something you like, you stick
No,
with it.
but it's not even that. Don't you get like all these? Isn't it all tied together? Like certain feed, certain seeds, certain whatever.
So on the equipment side, there has been a great deal of brand loyalty.
Right.
So John Deere guys buy green tractors.
Right.
Case guys buy red tractors.
Right.
But as the operations get larger, you're seeing more equipment being used together. So interoperability, becomes becomes more of an issue.
Yeah.
A lot of the same problems that we've seen elsewhere in technology.
Yeah, like the airlines. A better example I should use was the airlines. These airlines used to, like Southwest, every single plane is the same plane.
Right.
But some of the big airlines, like United and American, they through deals and everything, they end up with all these different types of planes. So you have certain pilots that can only fly different kinds of planes, and it's a little less efficient, And so, people have studied the Southwest model to see how efficient that, for parts and service and pilot flexibility, things like that. And I would think the farming business has become just ginormous now.
It has, and you're starting to see more specialized equipment, even from other smaller companies as well. So then interoperability is becoming a bigger issue.
So you guys say you have some trading experience too.
A couple of guys on the team used to do high frequency trading, so now we're using those skills for farming and helping to analyze the data.
Corn here down near the Lowe's?
So we're not trading any futures.
No. But why wouldn't you incorporate some of that information into one of these devices? So, in other words, one of the things I think that farmers don't necessarily have is they're not sitting around walking around with an iPad, saying where the latest prices are. So, just to keep everybody fully engaged, like, would be really cool is if this technology you're building, there was a financial aspect to it, so that these farmers could say, listen, you got a lot of downtime, right? How much Taylor Swift can you listen to, or whatever it is that they listen to? I don't know what they listen to in a tractor, but you got to listen to music because it's loud, So if you saw all the financial markets in there, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. So first of all, they don't have as much downtime as what you may think. They're either getting through the current season, preparing for the next season, thinking about marketing their tractor. Even in the tractor, they're pretty busy, even when they're in the tractor. But definitely, to the extent we can take this data and help farmers make better decisions, I think your idea of providing more market information back to them is definitely a good one.
So what about soil samples and stuff like that? Is that something that you might seem to explore too?
Potentially. Today we're not doing soil sampling. We're very focused on the automated collection of the machine data, but you could see us come out with other sensors that touch the soil and help automate the collection of that data.
How much time do you spend testing out some of these, like going inside the tractors, all these different, big machines?
You have to understand something. He didn't get to ride on the fire truck at
how much
the
time
county
do you spend,
fair when he was there.
How much time do you spend in these, like, really testing, your devices when it's in, when it's working live?
We spend a fair amount of time. Matter of fact, we had the entire company out near DeKalb yesterday, riding in tractors and combines. So it's several weeks a year we're actually on the farm testing it. It's a lot of fun. It's very interesting.
Do business, does it slow down for you, like now?
No, not really, because we're constantly doing software development for the next year.
That's
so
true.
there's never a downtime for us.
See, now I still don't understand. I'm going to go back to this financial question one more time because we got a few extra seconds here. I don't. So if I had a farm, right, which I don't, but if I had a farm and let's say I had let's say I had corn and wheat. Okay.
You'd want to know the prices of it?
Well, not only would I want to know the prices of it, but I'd want to know which one is, so for example, right now, corn is further off its lows than wheat. Let's just say, as an example. So let's say wheat is on its lows and corn is 25% off its lows. My focus is going to be on corn. Because that's my moneymaker right now, and so I just can't, I think that would be kind of really cool, and also knowing what the overlays potentially are, with that stuff, because I think that one of the things that farmers do is they leave a lot of money on the table, in that regard. Now, when prices are rich, they don't care, they just don't care. But this device, does it do all the work for them?
As much as we can, we make it do all the work. So they don't have to be manually entering data into smartphones or anything like that.
So give me an example of what I'm going to find out when I connect this to my tractor.
So when you connect it up to let's say your combine, you'll see a GPS located yield throughout the entire field, and you'll get a yield map of your field with absolutely no user intervention. That's one example. Another example would be just recording what you planted and what population across the field as well. Exact day, exact location.
So it's
plug and play.
It's agnostic to crop.
It's agnostic to the crop. We're agnostic to the tractor as well. So we don't care about the brand.
Sure. So the only way you make money is from licensing the device or the app, whatever.
Yeah, today we're selling the devices for $500 a piece. We're not charging any cloud service fees. At some point in the future, we'll be charging for recommendations.
Right. So how do you make money? You don't make money yet.
We're not making money today, no. But in the future, off of the recommendations that we would give back to the farmers.
You'll charge them for the recommendations.
Correct. A per acre fee or a per field fee or something like that.
Okay, you're just trying to get everybody on your device.
Exactly.
So then brings me to my next question. Forget the farmers. Go straight to the. Why would you go straight to the manufacturers of the hardware?
That was my point.
Potentially. We've had a lot of conversations with the various equipment manufacturers.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Caterpillar, let's say $500 a piece,
It's a game changer. Maybe it's a game changer.
Well,
for
I don't
you.
know. It's a nice little add-on, to give away.
Exactly.
And then you keep the annuitized revenue from the software sales or whatever else it is. Is it app-based?
It is app-based. So we're on the Apple App Store today. We also have an Android app as well, so smartphone or tablet.
So what do the people that work for you do? They're mostly all developers?
Correct. Two of us are more, myself and one other guy do most of the sales and marketing, and the other 8 guys do all the software development.
All software development.
Correct.
So you're really a dev firm. You're like a little dev firm in the farming business.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
Exactly.
That's cool. So how do you like running your own business?
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's, always challenging.
How do you support yourselves?
We've raised angel money, a little bit of VC money, and we should be closing a larger round before the end of the year.
That's great. Awesome. So that's good news.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool running your own business and doing it in a space. Man, you know what? We've had a lot of
farmers were the first hedgers. I mean that's what the Board of Trade was.
Yeah, but
was all about.
That's what they used to say.
What do you mean
That's what they used to say at the Board of Trade. That's why we built this thing, so we could hedge. But that was not why they built this thing. But they used to say that's how they got all their. That's how they got. How do you get regulatory approval? You take care of farmers. Listen, America is a country that's built around its farmers.
Sure.
Right. I mean, we built this country around our farmers. And so, if you want to build an exchange, you want to get regulatory approval, you support the farmers. Name a trader that can name a farmer. Good luck. But very cool, and so great discussion. And like I was going to say, you're the first farm product out of literally hundreds or thousands of products that have been on the show. I think this is the first farm product.
I believe so.
Yeah. You don't mind if I keep this for my tractor, do you?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks.
Will it work on like a Range Rover or anything else like that?
We're working on that.
Will it work on Tony? Yeah. Corbett, thank you so much for coming in today. And are you the CEO?
I am, yes.
You're the CEO, so congratulations. 640labs.com, right?
Correct.
Very good, sir.
So all our farmers out there, jump all over this.
We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We got good trade, bad trade next. You listen to Taste Trade Live.